Surprisingly, being sensitive to people's emotions, always being aware of energy swings, and getting quickly emotionally attached aren't the best elements for finding and lasting love. With their sympathetic souls and caring hearts, empaths can sometimes be their own worst enemy when it comes to relationships, as loving and lovable as they are. Today, we are going to discuss 10 reasons why empaths struggle with love and relationships. We recommend you stick with us until the end, since the last point will hopefully make a light bulb go off. Number 10. Empaths lack boundaries. Empaths have a strong desire to make people happy regardless of the circumstances. Saying no is difficult for them, since it feels like it is their responsibility to meet the needs of others. They have a naturally generous demeanor. The last thing they want to do is hurt other people's feelings, probably because they would just absorb them back anyway. Empaths can form strong bonds with their lovers and partners, and as sensitive empaths, it's crucial to avoid merging with a partner. Because empaths are sensitive to their surroundings, if they're experiencing a difficult emotion out of the blue, such as grief or rage, they should ask themselves, is this my emotion or someone else's? They may be unhealthily carrying some of their partner's emotions. When they're too immersed in another person's emotional experience, even extreme delight can be tiring. They should allow their spouse to have their own emotional experience, and realize that they don't have to feel the same emotions all of the time. They share a great emotional and energetic bubble with their partners, but they must also have their own bubble. Keeping that in mind is extremely beneficial. Number 9. Empaths require space. Empaths need to be alone often so they can renew themselves and recuperate from the intense world around them. That isn't always understood by their partner. One example of this is sleep. Some empaths require their own area to sleep. They won't get true rest if they snuggle or sleep next to someone, because they'll be soaking up the other person's feelings. All living organisms require sleep to recharge their batteries. Empaths typically suffer in relationships because they must sleep alone, which is difficult for many people to comprehend. It's usually interpreted as an indication that they don't want to be close or intimate. Number 8. Empaths find it difficult to be intimate. Empaths are prone to burn out when they are deeply attached to someone, as they are known to give considerably more of themselves than they should in relationships. They often grow emotionally depleted if there isn't an equal energy exchange. Empaths are hesitant to date or commit to a romantic relationship because they are afraid of being overwhelmed by their partner's energy and emotions. Many empaths prefer to have a lot of energy and a lot of emotional and physical space. Empaths retreat and recover in this way, giving their hyper-perceptive systems a break from overstimulation and absorbing other people's energy and emotions. Congratulations if you're a single empath who loves it. If you're an empath who wants to date or be in a committed relationship, don't let your sensitivity hold you back. You may keep your need for space while having a happy relationship. If you're already in a committed relationship, making time for yourself could help you get along better. Number 7. Empaths have a hard time letting their partner help them. Let's say you are having an issue in your life, such as a dispute with a friend, your car breaking down, or having trouble at work. Does your partner go out of his or her way for you? Usually, they are doing everything they can to assist. This is where empaths have a problem. It's only natural for someone who cares about you to step up and try to save the day. It's actually a good indicator that they want to be in a long-term, committed relationship with you. Empaths, on the other hand, may find it difficult to accept this assistance. They're too emotionally invested in the other person and their needs to accept assistance, even when it's offered legitimately and sincerely. However, empaths can take steps to overcome this self-defeating characteristic. Number 6. Empaths are always aware of their surroundings. If an empath is in a relationship with someone who has high anxiety, depression, or sudden mood swings, the empath is likely to be influenced by the low-frequency energy and feel similarly low. Even the most evolved and awakened empath, who has worked hard to stay grounded and centered, will struggle to deflect all of the tremendous emotional energy. Empaths are born with the ability to sense and feel everything in their surroundings, mostly in order to transmute energy and change negative vibrations into positive ones. Even if they are skilled at recognizing when they are in the company of someone who is experiencing explosive or intense emotions, they will still absorb part of that energy, however discreetly and temporarily. By the way, if you're finding this video valuable so far, then make sure to hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and why not subscribe so you can keep learning more? It's free. Number 5. They prioritize their relationships too much. Empaths frequently become so concerned with their partner's well-being that they forget to look after themselves. This is especially true if the person with whom they are in a relationship is suffering, as empaths empathize to the point that they will go to any extent to help, even if it means jeopardizing their own emotional, mental, or physical health. Because, as the phrase goes, you can't drink from an empty cup, empaths must recognize that their compassion and nurturing qualities can occasionally lead to self-harm. Empaths must recharge themselves before they can pour their energy onto others. Empaths may struggle with conflict or with asserting themselves in a romantic relationship, since they can sense other people's energies and feelings so deeply. Instead of confronting a spouse about a major purchase, an empath can hide their opposition in order to avoid experiencing all of the difficult feelings that their partner will experience when confronted. This is how empaths can quickly fall into people-pleasing in any relationship, romantic or otherwise. Number 4. Empaths try to regulate their partner's emotions. The disadvantage of empaths feeling their partner's emotions so deeply is that they may feel compelled to correct things. Because they've internalized their partner's feelings, they nearly feel a sense of obligation. While their intentions may be pure, it may appear that they are attempting to manipulate or modify their partner's emotions. This can soon become irritated for the spouse, and it can be difficult to communicate their emotions in a healthy way. They should start by talking about it with their partner. The first stage in making changes is to recognize the problem and then devise a strategy for moving forward. They might wish to keep track of moments when their emotions were running high and how they and their partner acted at the time. They can begin to grasp how each person's emotions affect the other using this method, and from there, they can begin to support each other more healthily. Number 3. For an empath, it's the little things that get to them. While we all have the tendency to take the little things too seriously, empaths are particularly sensitive to them. Whether it's a snarky remark or a little argument with their partner, an empath may find it difficult to move on. This isn't because they're hunting for reasons to be sad. Rather, they can't seem to separate themselves from their strong emotions. The phrase, "know when to pick your battles," is a common rule of thumb in most partnerships. An empath, on the other hand, finds it more difficult to dismiss the debate or remark and carry on as if nothing had happened. This can put a lot of strain on a relationship, especially if the empath's partner doesn't understand what makes them feel that way. If they find themselves in this circumstance, it's critical that they convey their feelings to their partner. When conversations become heated or negative, they should settle on things to apply as a group, such as taking a break from the talk and returning to it once the situation is calmed down, explicitly stating what each of them meant so that there are no misunderstandings, and going about their disagreements in a calm manner so that they don't become overwhelmed by emotions, which could exacerbate the matter. Number 2. For empaths, making an effort in a relationship might be difficult at times. It is exhausting to take on other people's feelings. Empaths not only take on their partner's feelings, but they also sense and absorb the energy of those around them. Consider how many people you encounter on a daily basis, from family to coworkers, your neighborhood barista to pals, and finally your partner when you arrive home in the evening. That's a lot of emotions to cope with, which is why empaths may find it difficult to maintain typical levels of socialization. When it comes to relationships, this can be challenging, especially at first. Non-empaths may be perplexed as to why empaths aren't always overjoyed at the prospect of going out, or why they are so exhausted at the end of a social gathering. A common misunderstanding is that empaths are slackers who can't be bothered to put in any effort. The truth is that after a long day at work, they are often too exhausted to go out again or meet up for a spontaneous date. The objective is to get an agreement with their partner. They should work out which days are best for them, possibly days when they have less going on with work or friends. If they wish they were more outgoing or willing to mingle more, although this eliminates some spontaneity, it does ensure that they get to spend time with their spouse when they're emotionally and physically ready. Number 1. Empaths can be overly honest at times. Empaths are often vulnerable creatures who gladly wear their hearts on their sleeves and share their deepest, darkest sentiments in an open, raw, and brutally honest manner. However, not everyone is at ease with this degree of detail, and not everyone knows how to communicate effectively in this manner. As a result, empaths quickly withdraw and keep their feelings and ideas to themselves. Many empaths become disillusioned with relationships as a result of this, and many lose hope of ever establishing a true, soul-deep connection with someone who shares their values and sees, tastes, and feels the world in the same unique way. And if you like this video, then check out these related videos to see more. And make sure to subscribe and leave a comment saying, "I subscribed," and we will personally reply to your comment.